morning, viewers. Welcome back to the channel. I am Birdman Johnson. Today we are playing Frostbite, Deadly Climate. I figured I should probably get at least one Christmas and or winter-themed game on the channel during December, because that's winter where I live. So that's what we're doing today. This is by a solo developer, Alex Olinkiewicz. Sorry, my Polish isn't very good. He does have one other title called Cage Face, which does not look unpromising, so we might take a look at that later. This appears to be similar to the game Near Death, which we played, I believe, in December of last year. This looks like it might be Near Death, but with a monster, so that's pretty good. In any case, this is free on Steam, so you know what? There's nothing to lose here, really. This is a horror game, so I will not be issuing any content warnings. Top off your coffee. Maybe warm up a little bit, just for psychology. I feel like this game is going to make us feel cold. I've already turned off the motion blur, so here we go. Okay. Audio reels, Okay, let's look at normal. Moderate body temperature decreases standard effects on stamina and accuracy. Yeah, this is fine. Enemies' health and strength are average. Fantastic. Let's go with normal. Ooh, okay, we get a prologue. My name is Robert, and I'm an Arctic biologist who was tracking a polar bear for research until I ended up getting caught in a sudden snowstorm. I'm now lost, and what's worse, night has begun to fall. Out of sheer luck, I stumbled across a small hut and immediately took shelter in it. However, the hut has no power, and without it, I'll surely freeze to death. I need to figure out how I'm going to escape this predicament. Oh, okay, that's a lot of information all at once. So standard movement controls, E to interact, left click to kill things. That's fine. We can sprint, we can crouch. We don't seem to be able to jump, so that's slightly annoying, but we'll make do. Okay, we do have health, heat, and energy consumables. Oh, there's a 180-degree turn. That's fantastic. I love that. Okay. And the rest of this we'll figure out as we go. Moving on. Oh, okay, here we are. Ooh, this is, possibly... There's possibly some asset flipping going on here. That's not necessarily a problem. Audio reel. We have that. Just my luck. Did I walk under a ladder or something? Within a few days of working at Base 75, I ended up breaking my portable tape recorder. Luckily, the base had a spare tape recorder for me to use, but out of bad luck, it turns out to be an old heavy reel-to-reel tape recorder. It's bad enough that my place of work is this hut and not a proper observatory, but now if I want to record any of my progress, I will have to make trips to the storage A room. Though honestly, I'd rather do that than writing another one of these notes. Okay, neat. Just informing us how the save system works. Grab a heat drink. Looks like this hut is part of a much larger base close by. I should probably go check it out. Presumably the base is abandoned. I guess we'll figure out... Oh, no, there's a dog kennel. Is this going to be the thing? Is this going to be the thing? But I thought it was going to be the thing last time, and it wasn't. Gun locker. It's like casino slot symbols? What? What on earth? Okay, so we need a code to get in there, I guess. ID card, Murphy. Murphy Patterson, meteorologist. Room E. Room E? Room E. Top left there. Okay. Where are we relative to that? Let's go outside. No power. Better close the door if I want to keep the heat in. Yep. Okay. Ah, look at that. There are lit torches here. We won't start running yet because I don't know. We probably shouldn't, is the point. The loading screen warned me what happened here. Not to break windows. Okay, so we are inside. There's radio, so we're there on the bottom left. You can see the door has been highlighted in red. Let's go into the radio room. And we'll close doors behind us. Save heat. Radio report log. That's August 5th, I guess. During one of our routine runs, we found an undiscovered type of organism under the ice. We would like to mention that despite being frozen, the organism still shows signs of life. It's the thing. Due to this rare phenomenon, some of the staff request that they can take this opportunity for more study. Always a sound choice, nothing can possibly go wrong. After much debate and compromises, HQ has granted us permission to study the organism, but we only have till September 2nd. They'll have someone pick up the organism during our next scheduled shipment of supplies. Pardon me, schedule shipment. August 9, HQ has reported to us that we might be expecting some heavy snowstorms within the next couple of days, so they'll be expecting we might not be making some routine reports for a while. Fabulous. There's an ID card here. James Hawkins, radio operator, lives in room D. Lived in room D, I should say. And another note. Hello. Gunpowder. Fabulous. Until we regain radio communication, I'll write this report down. August 12. Report that during the snowstorm our generator retained some damage. We are still able to use the generator, but we must ration our power or we may risk overheating the generator. Okay, well, we'll try to avoid using the generator. If we can't... Oh, there's a dead guy there. But he's got a hatchet. Can I have that? Yes, I can. Question. Oh. His back has been torn open. But, question. Okay. We have to check. Well, that looks like fun. Kitchen or office? Office first. Oh, it's locked. Kitchen. Also locked. Okay. There is a solution to this. Just saying. Okay. Checking the map. I guess we'll just go down this way and check the residential first. Even in here it's freezing. I really can't stay here too long. Maybe I can find a vehicle in garage. See? Apples bruise too. Anyway. To the staff members of Base 75, we understand that having to share a bedroom with another member, as well as a co-ed bathroom, does remove a level of privacy you were probably used to. While it's impossible under the circumstances to give you more privacy, we have provided you a set of lockers. Any personal items that you uncomfortable leaving in your cooperative bedroom can be placed in these lockers for safekeeping. Now, how is your roommate going to feel about that, honestly? Take note that you'll be provided with a padlock and key for your locker, but you'll not be provided with any spares, so be sure not to lose your locker key. But we can pick the padlocks with little effort. That's good to know. Now, if only we had a tool to do that with. Man donates to Fun Arctic Research. Left your keys. Murphy, I found your room key in the bathroom again. You have to stop this habit of forgetting your keys. Maybe you don't care if anyone gains access to your room, but I don't think I need to remind you that you are sharing a room with another person, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't like the idea of other people getting access to his things. These people do not trust each other. That's unfortunate. And another note. I'm getting awfully tired of reading already. Ashley, I don't know if you recall, but I lent you one of my screwdrivers a while back, and while it's still no rush, I would really appreciate you returning it. Just put it on my work table in the garage when you get around to it. Daniel. Yeah, Ashley. Give back the screwdriver. Oh, there are 12 lockers here. Okay. And we can get into the bathroom. Now, is there a room key in here? Free toothbrushes. They are leaving their toothbrushes in a communal toothbrush holder. I don't think so. Here's a key. Room E. Now, room E... That was... We already have... We have this guy's ID. Yeah, that was Murphy. Ugh. Hey, there's no drain on this shower. Hey, Dev, there's no drain on this shower. Or this one. I do appreciate the detail that he has bothered to put the shampoo bottles in different orientations. Oh, we can't flush the toilet. 0 of 10. I want my money back. We're gonna freeze to death. Hello. A lockpick! Fantastic! Alright, let's finish exploring. Locked. Ooh, D is open. Oh, we do have a heat drink, though. So I suppose we'll use that. Let's rummage through this guy's stuff. Frost is already forming on the jacket. We should probably take that. No, we're already wearing one of those. What am I saying? Our guy is shivering. Booze, which shouldn't be frozen yet. We should probably take a shot of that just to help us feel warm, even if it won't actually help us warm up. Spicy spice. Can combined with chem fluid to make a heat drink. Cannot be used on its own. Okay. Oh, B is also unlocked. Okay, this is convenient. We're going to have to use that heat drink pretty soon. Ethan Stone, biologist, lived here. James, that idiot. I always thought James was a caring and smart lad, but I guess once it hit the fan, his true intelligence and selfishness was revealed. After our meeting about either a possible evacuation or quarantine, are we freezing to death while I'm reading this? James decided every man for himself. He took both keys to the snowcats and tried to use one of them to escape. Of course, he needed to bring power back to the garage door, so he brought power to all sections of the base, leading the generator to overheat. Moron. Luckily, the power cable burned out and the fuse blew before the generator could. Karma got to him, however, and he crashed the snowcat just a few feet from the base while the garage door was closed, so he got locked out. As of now, he hasn't made his way back to the base, so either he is terrified to confront us or the worst has happened to him. Whatever the case, if we want to use the snowcat to escape, we must retrieve those keys. Okay, so here's us in room B, top left. The garage is at the opposite end of this corridor from us, so we'll go there. You know, we're gonna go everywhere. Don't worry about that. Can I have whatever that is? No? All right. Gun. Thank you. I am going to make sure it's loaded, because I made that mistake before. Alright, here's room E. I used the room key. Good. Nigel Carpenter, chief scientist. Lives here with Murphy. I want that. I want that. I can't have that. Okay. Laboratory A key. Fantastic. Ooh, okay. Here we go. Our first note on the enemies. If anyone finds this note and I didn't make it out of this, I want you to know that I didn't go down without a fight. Aw, Nigel. We discovered a parasitic organism under the ice and brought it back to our base for studying. However, despite our best efforts to contain it, the organism somehow was able to infect most of the staff, turning them into monsters. I can't tell you much about these things other than that they appear to lack much intelligence and they can sense your body temperature. They can't see or hear you, but the warmer you are, the easier it is for them to detect you, even if you're in another room. So if you want to be invisible to these things, you better take the risk of hypothermia. Okay, so maybe I don't use the heat drink before I absolutely have to. So what about that corpse that we already found? Is he going to stand up and come after us? Although right now we're in danger of freezing to death and there's no monsters, so I'm going to go ahead and use the heat drink. Oh, double click. There we go. And that restores... That fully restores our body heat. Okay, great. That's alright. I will take our chances. That leads outside. We're not going that way. I will take our chances with fighting one monster. Oh, we do still have a lockpick. For lack of any better idea, I'm just going to use it on A1. Oop. Health drink. Caffeinated spice. Can combined with a chem fluid to make an energy drink. Okay. So we need chem fluid is the point. That guy's still down. Okay, we're moving into the... Okay, storage, recreation, labs, office, infirmary. Could be something good in the infirmary. Hey, chem fluid. Nice. Okay. And a save system. And a storage locker. Okay. We will throw... Oh, double click to move items. We'll throw our chemistry stuff in here for now. This is cool, kind of a Resident Evil type dealy. I should play Resident Evil for the channel sometime. I love that series. Do we save? Do we save? I feel like we save. I feel like maybe I don't want to have to do all that again. The hallway is blocked? So it is. We can dismantle this. Recreation. Oh gee, it's dark in here. Alright. Let's see what we got. Shotgun shells. What are the odds we're gonna need that, huh? Cryostasis. Revolver ammo. Put those in the gun right now. Another lockpick. Good, good. I actually find chests very boring, personally. Energy drink, we'll take that. Why not? Is that all that's in here? That's all I'm seeing at the moment. And since our heat is continually dissipating. Okay, we're going into the lab. If I had to pick a place for us to encounter the enemy for the first time, this would be it. What do you mean I can't smash the labware? Is there going to be anything in any of these? There we go. Spicy spice. I love spicy spice. Yeah, this is beyond me. Oh, no. Alright. That's fine. We'll just move fast and look for glowing stuff. There we go, heat drink. Good. I still want to have one of those on hand, obviously, even if our body heat attracts the monster, which is a neat mechanic. Close. Bullets. There we go. I think we're fully loaded now. We'll grab that in a second. I want to finish looting first. Chem fluid. Good. I love all the storage space in this lab. That's fabulous. Okay, let's read this. Lab A report. Research of the organism has shown both fascinating and unnerving results, and therefore, we are currently giving the organism the codename C-34, or, from what the rest of the staff like to call it, the Ice Devil. One noticeable thing suggests that this organism has odd behavior towards heat. When we introduce it to some living tissue samples, the organism lacked interest in them, until the samples began to get closer to room temperature. Once that happened, the organism latched onto the sample and began to alter its temperature to become cold. This seems to suggest that the organism needs to be cold to survive, and will change the organisms that it infects to fit its needs. We can conclude that C-34 shares certain similarities to a parasite, such as requiring the host to be alive. When we attempted to kill off the sample, a reaction occurred wherein both the sample and the organism began to rapidly dissolve away. We were lucky enough to collect some of what remained before it completely dissolved, and gave it to Susan in Lab B to examine them. Okay, Lab B. So the samples are in Lab B. Here we are in Lab A. Looks like we can go out. Let's open another locker first. And maybe revisit the storage room. Oh. Yeah, chem fluid and rifle ammo. Okay, plenty of guns going on here. Alright, fortunately our ammo doesn't take up inventory. Okay, let's go out the other side here. What is this? Why is it on the floor? Huh. Clear movement. Oh, oh, oh! Can't open the door. Alright. It's probably still out there. Shall we engage? Let's just engage. Oh! Ow! That's not what I meant to do. Did we get it? Oh, okay. So the good news is, they die pretty easy. And there can't be that many of them here, right? There are only a handful of staff. I mean, we saw 12 lockers, and there are 6 shared rooms. Okay, well, she's dead. Was she the first victim? Must have been. There's Ashley. Well, guy's not getting his screwdriver back. Eye chart. Oh no. Oh no, I'm gonna need this. Okay. We'll come back when we figure out what we need that for. Medical report. August 12. Patient Simon West. Despite Simon not being exposed to cold weather, he somehow is suffering from severe hypothermia. Well, that would be the ice devil. Within mere hours, Simon's body temperature went from 37 centigrade, that's 98.6 Fahrenheit, to 24 centigrade, or 78.8 Fahrenheit. This shouldn't be possible. Some of the known symptoms of hypothermia appear to be absent. Simon has not lost any consciousness, muscle coordination, or energy. Yet other symptoms, like skin turning blue, weak pulse and breathing, sluggish thinking, etc., are still present. Okay. Also, Simon's behavior has become uncontrollable, and he has begun to perform paradoxical undressing. Love it. And with him still retaining his energy and muscle coordination, it has become very difficult to prevent him from removing his clothing. In case you're not aware, one of the symptoms of hypothermia, one of the possible symptoms, is that you begin taking your clothes off, either because you think it'll help you move faster, or because you think it'll help you warm up for some irrational reason, you know? You're not thinking clearly when you're hypothermic. So one of the ways you can track a hypothermia victim is by following the trail of discarded clothing. The snow is up to window level. Let's move on. Where are we right now? That's the garage. Let's check storage B and the dog kennel. I don't want to go into the dog kennel. How many dogs are there? Okay, storage B. Arcade machine manual and a rifle. We don't have room for it. That's fine. We'll deal with that in a second. Fuse compartment. Hello. Okay. So then, before we even go into the kennel, we're going to head back. Nope. We're going to head back through Lab A. Really shouldn't be running. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use our heat drink. We're going to switch out some items at storage. So, put everything in here. I would like to make a heat drink. There we go. And then with that done, we can scamper back this way. We can run again now. Pick up the rifle. Oh, right, we need to go get the fuse out of the arcade machine in the rec room. This is a trapdoor rifle. Is it? No, that's just the sight. What am I saying? Storage. Rec. Guess there's actually no reason to be closing the doors behind me. Starhead screwdriver. Ugh. Okay. So we need to get into Ashley's room. I don't remember which room she was in. suppose we can run back and check her ID. Okay, there's going to be a little bit of back and forth here, so I apologize for that. Infirmary. Ashley's in room F, which I don't believe we have access to. Nope, they let us run out of stamina. That's fine. We can walk for a minute. Yep, okay. That goes out there. I'm not going out there until we have a reason to. Also, the hatchet seems to be good enough for what we're dealing with. Although, since we're going into the kennel in a moment, I will get up the pistol. Alright. Let us venture into the kennel. What happened to the dogs? Oh no, it's open to the environment. Poor thing. Yeah, poor thing. What about us? Lockpick. Okay, fabulous. Going back this way. A little more back and forth. What do we got? An energy drink and some sweet spice. Okay, back to storage. Okay. Alright, moving on. Wouldn't mind being able to save again soon. Let's go into the garage. We know that there is a key that we need. I forget which key, but there's a key that we need. Just outside the garage. Locked. Maybe there's another way to get inside. Well, we know that there are 2 ladders on the outside of the building, so let's go out behind the kennel and hit the east ladder and try to drop in on the garage from the top. That's blocked, okay? Fortunately, we can go this way. And the ladder's down. Okay. We're going to try some... Oh, wait a sec. We know that the snowcat crouched somewhere out here. Where's the garage door? It's all the way on the other side of the building. Alright, let's just get inside again. Okay, we're freezing to death a little bit. Go ahead and use the heat drink. And this is locked with a combination. Okay. This is great. This just leads us over here. Alright, let's go back inside. There is one more ladder that we know of. So let's go all the way to the other end. A little more back and forth. We'll want to visit storage again to mix up another heat drink. Spicy spice. There we go. Alright. Out the back of the residential, hang a left. We should probably save our stamina for running outdoors, I guess. I don't know, man. Okay, that door's open. And it's frozen. The ice is so packed it would take hours to break it. Okay, well, I see lights, so let's follow the lights, I guess. Here are some buildings. This one's open. This is the generator. Needs a fuse, electric cable, and some motor oil. Well, we know where to get the fuse. But I need a screwdriver in order to get in there. And I need the key to room F in order to get the screwdriver, I suspect. Is this where we came from? Yes. Okay. Both the ladders are out of commission, so let's... Oh, there was a door next to the garage. Let's go there.